Okay, Lee Cole here. Gloria, you're here too.
I am. Hey.
Unfortunately, Don is not here. He is going to a Lyoness thing. I've forgotten what he told me. Some kind of meeting near where he lives, a
Yeah,
physical meeting.
yes. It's a seminar in Sarasota or something like that.
Oh, really? That sounds
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being in Sarasota myself about now. Um, yeah, cool. And so, guys, basically, we have a webinar every Saturday afternoon at 4 Eastern Time, and the goal is to stay in touch with you guys to make sure that you get your questions answered, but also to make sure that you understand that you're members of a team. Um, Don and Gloria and I are here to help you. We're here to help you do whatever it is you want to do. I mean, if you just want to shop, totally cool. If you want to go big with this, that's totally cool. Whatever your wherever you land in that spectrum, we're here to help you do it. Gloria and I have, and with Don's help, have been working on this, Gloria, since August, the end of July,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And we figured out a lot of stuff.
Yes, we did.
I think yours truly overthought a lot of stuff, frankly.
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, I
Got
think
kind
I'm
of
a
sidetracked a little bit. So did I. But
Well, I
trying to,
mean, we
trying to,
were
yeah, we were
we were
trying to
throwing
figure out.
spaghetti against the wall, right?
Yep. Seeing what
And it
stuck. That's
wasn't
right.
frustrating. I mean, it was actually working and does actually work, but I think our level of understanding about what Lioness is, what the potential is, what it means to people, and especially how to communicate that,
Mm-hmm.
at least mine, is so much more clarified now in the first part of December than it was in, let's say, September, October.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was doing my whole, let's make this real complicated thing.
Mm-hmm.
When, in point of fact, Gloria, this is probably one of the most uncomplicated things that I've ever seen.
It actually, it really is. It really, it's really simple when you think about it. It really is. So,
Because you're not really asking anybody to do much that's different.
no, no. I mean, and I think we were going to talk a little bit about
Hmm.
that. With the purchasing the gift cards and
Yeah.
going shopping and stuff like that. But I mean, really, I'm doing this shopping. Like for example, this morning before the webinar, I got a bunch of gift cards to the same places that for Christmas gifts and stuff like that
Hmm.
for family, and then gift cards for our grocery and gas. And we're not really, other than the act of getting the gift cards and getting that, the cash back and the benefit and all that stuff, it's like we still go to the same store, we're buying the same stuff. Last year, for example, we got my in-laws a gift card to Outback Steakhouse. Well, we're doing the same thing this year. It's just through Lyoness where we get cash back. That type of thing. We're getting my niece a gift card to Macy's. Well, guess what? We can do that through Lioness as well. So yeah, it is the simplest thing other than the act of getting that, either the gift card or doing the shopping. It's the same thing. It's really simple.
Yeah, you're doing exactly the same thing.
Are you
Uh,
guys still there?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
here. I
Hmm.
just had
Hmm.
myself
Yeah.
muted, and you know how I'm start
Yeah. Yeah.
talking and then wonder why the heck nobody's listening to me, and then I realize I muted myself.
Right.
By the way,
Right.
Don was so
Right.
frustrated at me last night because I had apparently muted him, and he was trying to talk. And
Well,
I'm
he
looking,
was he was typing.
he was making
Did you?
noise.
He
Hey
was
Don,
making.
if you listen to this again, you were making noise too.
He was. You could hear the keyboard just very loudly
I
click click
know.
click click
So
click.
I
So
muted him, but then I
yeah.
look at my phone after the webinar, and he's saying, "You muted me." But anyway, um, so yeah, I mean, you're doing the same thing. I mean, you bought
Mhm.
friends and family gift cards last year. By
Yeah.
the way, those are the greatest gifts ever because they're small, they're easy to wrap, and the other person really appreciates them.
Yeah, because they have the freedom to get what they
Yeah,
what they want
you
to
can
get.
and you can
So
mail them. Yes, absolutely.
exactly. Hmm.
So you get gift cards.
Hmm.
You're doing the same thing. All you're doing is running it through Lyoness.
That's
And
it.
that gives
Same
you the
gift card.
cash back. That gives you the shopping points. And that An even more important thing, and that's one thing I want to talk about today, um, is it gives you a story. You know,
Mhm.
it gives you that story. It's like the very first thing I bought was my kids' textbooks. I got that story, you know. I got online, I looked at it, you know, I looked through where to buy textbooks. I got this great place. I saved money, blah, 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 yada, yada. I got that story. So I
Mhm.
can go around and tell people, hey, I got my kids' textbooks for their homeschooling and saved 3% on them and got a bunch of other benefits.
Mhm.
Well, how'd you do that? Or you could say, hey, I just got the same, you know, I just did my shopping for Christmas. Got
Mhm.
everybody all their normal stuff and saved, well, whatever it is, 50 bucks, you know, whatever, I don't know. And got a bunch of other benefits from it. But I got them the same thing. It's really cool. So you can
Mhm.
just lay that out there with people, you know, you can just
Exactly.
put that out there. I mean, you can be standing next to a friend, um, and you can get a gift card to Panera. You can be, you know, the sandwich. I don't know if you all have those, the sandwich place.
Yeah, we have Panera.
Okay, so
Mhm.
you can get a friend. You can be standing next to a friend, use your Panera gift card, look at them, and say, save money. Why how'd you do that?
Mhm.
Through Panera? No, no, different gift card. Save money. Why how'd you do that? It's a company called Lyoness. You ever heard of them? The answer is going to be no right now, which is a beautiful thing. That's the difference between the
Mhm.
U.S. map and the map in Europe.
Yeah.
Mark, if you want, I asked Mark if he had a headset and if he wants to talk, but he never responded to me. Mark, if you want me to unmute you and you can talk, that's cool. Just let me know. I mean, if you want to participate, or you can just listen. Either way. But yeah, and it's that. I mean, as human beings, we communicate through stories, but network marketing and Linus is not your traditional MLM. Mark is driving. Mark, don't have a wreck. I'll feel really bad.
Yes,
You'll feel
please
bad.
don't.
You'll feel bad too, but I'll feel a little bad. Although I think you'll feel worse than I do. So don't please don't do anything dangerous. But yeah, uh, that story. I mean, that's a traditional network marketing thing, and it's not a ploy or something. It's how humans talk. You know, it's
Mhm.
like uh, it's like I was telling my son, I'm very slowly getting back into shape. But you know, I got this thyroid problem, so the afternoons are really rough on me. And I was telling my son, I said, would you believe that someone could almost fall asleep while on a rowing machine? See that I actually did that. I nearly fell off. It was hilarious because I was like I have a super low biorhythm moment somewhere between around 1 or 2 o'clock,
Mhm.
and or three, right around there. It's according to the day, you know. And I was at. It's also according to the weather. I was at the Y and I was rowing because that's the only time that I had to go over there, and I literally nearly fell off the stupid thing because I literally nearly fell asleep.
Oh my.
I know it was hilarious, and I was sitting there thinking, man, this is crazy. You know, me, I'm 6 feet tall. I fall off of a rowing machine and I'm asleep. Wouldn't that be hilarious? You know, I mean, it's not like I'm going to break anything. I would just, you know, it would embarrass most other people. Me, I think I would just wake up and laugh at myself. But my point is, that's a story, right? You know, you open
Mhm.
up with a story. You've got a great story. It can be as easy as guess what we did.
Mhm.
You know, you're on the phone with some friends that sorry I couldn't call you this afternoon or this morning. Guess what we did? Well, I don't know what you do.
Mhm.
Well, we went down to a place where we buy gift cards and bought some. Well, cool. I
Mhm.
didn't know about that. Why did you do that? Oh, because I save a ton of money doing that, and I get all these shopping points. And you know, you don't have to beat people over the head. You just let them go with the conversation if they want to go. Well, how'd you do that? It's a
Yep.
company called Lyoness. You ever heard of them? No, I hadn't heard of them. Well, and then you say, well, you know, they're out of Austria. They're really huge in Europe. They got here in the United States 3 years ago. It's a really cool thing. By the way, you get your friends in on this, you can make money off their shopping. That's like
Mhm.
that that's like the mini clothes right there. When I tell people that,
Right.
you know, because saving money is cool. Mark is parked. And Mark, I'm going to unmute you. Mark, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah, I can hear
so happy to know that you're part.
you.
Yes, I was not doing anything unsafe, I promise.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, so yeah, I mean, and you just open up with those stories, and that's the thing. So Mark,
Hmm.
let's get your 2 cents on this.
Well, see, when you normally think about network marketing or something else, it's like you have a product
Right.
that you're selling A. And here we are, really what we're selling is shopping.
Hmm.
And so especially coming from playing online marketing and everything else, it's like it's completely different. It's confusing at first. It's like, how do you, it's not like, okay, I've got product A, see how wonderful it is, it's shiny, it's beautiful. Instead it's like, no, it's shopping, and everybody kind of, well, what do you mean shopping?
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
exactly. And you know what?
Hmm.
I mean, that's what I was alluding to when I was talking about how I overthought everything, even though, I was trying real hard not to. I thought I was being Mr. Kindergarten, but I really wasn't.
Hmm.
I was totally overthinking, well, you got to do this, you got to do that, and all that stuff, just like we do in internet marketing, which seems to be related, but yet it's not at all.
Hmm.
There's some technology that you can bring to network marketing, but beyond that, the two are as different as, night and day.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it is a lot different. Hmm.
that's when it hit me that it's telling people about the story, and like the stuff that we do with our opportunity webinars on Friday.
Hmm.
I mean, that may seem sophisticated, but really all I do is reach out to people with on LinkedIn and various other social media with a message saying, hey, I'm doing something new and different. This is, I start the story. This is what it is. I got a little webinar to tell people about it. And, it's just information only webinar. So, if you want to come on. That works.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Gloria.
No, I was going to say, yeah, and it's, I mean, I think some of the times, what's challenging is that this is so simple, and it is different from the network marketing where, oh, you got to buy this jungle juice or got to, sign up for this monthly deal or that monthly deal, something like that, that we almost want to try to, it's too simple. It can't be that simple. Let's try to make it a little more complicated, but really, if you think about it, is all we do is shopping, and then when you introduce it to people, all you really have to do is shopping, and then if you want to build it in that different manner through inviting merchants in and stuff like that, then that doing it as a business builder. But other than that, the concept really is simple, and the power of that, of building a network of shoppers under you and what you can gain from that financially, is just, it's really mind-boggling when you think about it.
It's huge.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that was one thing. It wasn't a mistake. It was just a
A
not
learning,
under. It was a
yeah.
learning curve. I
Learning.
didn't understand that the deal is my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law is the foundation of Lyoness.
Hmm.
Folks doing their shopping and introducing a few other people.
Hmm.
If you get some merchants in, that's totally cool. We're working on that. It is a slow process, frankly, but and that's okay. But it is as simple
Hmm.
as talking to people and introducing the concept. And Mark, you're right. One of the many things I love about it is there is no specific product. And and it's not
Hmm.
like there's nothing to sell. All you're doing is selling the concept of would you like to save money on the shopping that you're currently doing. That's all you're selling people on.
Hmm.
which is almost a no-brainer. I mean, from that point, I mean, who would not want to do that? From that point, it's a matter of, do they care? Are they interested? And is it believable for them? And that's not anything you can control with the other person. So it's really just a matter of having this conversation a bunch with a bunch of people.
That's it. Yeah, it becomes to be a numbers type of thing and stuff like that. So. Mhm.
So tell us a little more about your shopping experience. I mean, you got gift cards and you got a lot of your Christmas shopping done, I think, or some portion of it.
Yeah, some portion of it, and you know, probably have some more to do, and then the monthly for just our groceries and gas. Now we're fortunate because we go to a grocery store and we can get gas, you know, there as
Right.
well at it's like a Kroger. It's a Kroger card is what we can use,
Mhm.
but the grocery store is called Smith's, and here it's in Southern Nevada. And so that's pretty much, I mean, we tend to be really people, you know, creatures of habit.
Mhm.
We don't get the newspaper looking for the inserts looking for the cheapest deal and go from store to store all over town. We just, you know, do kind of like the easiest thing. So the fact that we can save money and earn money too, you know, on just going to that one store, that's the easiest thing is, you know, it helps a lot when you're kind of time challenged as we
Sure.
are as a
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So, and so my husband, you know, I signed him up so he has his own Lyoness number,
Mhm.
and now I've got to get like the cashback bar put on his computer, the browser and stuff,
Right
so that
there.
he can kind of so he can do his own shopping and
Mhm.
stuff. But we went down and kind of did that process together, so he's aware of it and he sees the benefit and stuff like that
Mhm.
too. And that was really helpful, so he could kind of see, oh yeah, we are earning money and saving money and stuff. So.
Shoot, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. So, and that gives him a story.
Exactly. But I have to tell you, I mean, I knew, you know, that just virtually anything you want to buy, even using the browser, I mean, you know, that cashback bar browser
Yeah,
and stuff
right,
like
yeah.
that, I mean, anything you want to buy, you can get through Lyoness. I don't know that there's anything that is out there in the universe that, I mean, it's crazy. Every electronic imaginable, you know, all
Right,
that stuff. My
right.
husband's looking for he's looking for a new sound system for you know, he loves TV and loves watching movies and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So he's looking for a new sound system. I mean, we can get that
Oh
through
yeah, absolutely.
Lyoness and stuff. So just anything you need or could ever imagine you can get it through there. Haircuts, I mean everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of organization. When the
Hmm.
MasterCard comes, it's going to take less
Oh
organization.
my gosh, it's going to be so nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be
Yes,
really a game changer. Mhm.
yeah, definitely a game changer.
Mhm. Mhm.
But you know, the thing I keep telling people, and some people believe me and some people don't. I mean, I told Mark believed me, Mark's here. I told
Mhm.
other
Yep.
people they didn't catch the vision, they're not here, and it's okay. But at
Right.
some point, Lioness is going to hit American consumer consciousness.
Mhm.
I mean, at
And
some
when it
point,
does, it's going to be too late. I think at that
at
point.
some point, you're going to turn on American Idol, if it still exists, or Dancing with the Stars,
You'll be
or
Lioness Idol or something. Yeah.
well, it is the Lyoness Open. I mean,
I
you
know.
laugh, but the Austrian PGA big golf tournament is now called the Lyoness Open and has
Yeah.
been for the past 3 years.
Yeah, that is crazy if you think about it. I mean, that is
I mean, I was
really
sold
crazy.
on it before then, but when I just happened to stumble across that online, just goofing off, and I thought, man, that's crazy. This is the Lyoness Open. I just congratulated myself on having really good sense.
Well, if you look at you know, what got me was the map, that darn European map, the three dots and
Yes.
then what it is today. I mean, because we really are the biggest consumer
Yes.
shoppers in the world, I mean, we love our stuff, we love to shop, it really is just a matter of time.
Yes.
And the fact that, I mean, if it launched 3 years ago and it really hasn't done anything here in the U.S. in the past 3 years, then I'd say, it's just not going to, it's probably not going to take off or whatever. But the fact that it is growing like leaps and bounds now,
We're getting
just,
up toward, yeah,
it's just a matter of time.
absolutely.
It's kind of like a foregone conclusion. You know what I'm saying? That's
It is
how I
to
look
me.
at it.
It is to me. I mean,
Yeah.
look, it's
Yeah.
not a foregone. I know I sound so negative when I say this. I don't mean to be negative. I'm just making kind of like a sort of a macabre joke. But it's not a foregone conclusion that I'm waking up tomorrow morning. Other than
Right.
that,
Yeah.
this seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not clairvoyant, but it seems like a no-brainer. A couple of things. The first guy in Lyoness, I've forgotten his name. He was the first person in Austria to sign up. I'm not sure if that was the guy who was the kid.
The pizza waiter. The
20s,
pizza waiter.
20s? Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that
he's a pizza
was
waiter.
he the
Yeah.
pizza waiter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He's a multi-freaking millionaire.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he's a major multi.
And he's in his early 30s now. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be awful to
Yes.
be a multimillionaire in your early 30s and have all those girls and hot cars and stuff? That would be awful.
Yeah, that'd be roughly. That's all.
I'm so glad I have the maturity to handle it.
Right, right. I'm,
I'm sure that's what your wife tells you all the time too, doesn't she?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. She reminds me about my maturity level.
Your maturity level. Is that what she does?
Yes, the sad thing is she's probably right. But yeah, I mean, and that, the thing is, that was 13 years ago.
I know.
I was on this planet 13 years ago. God willing,
Yep.
I'll be here 13 years from now.
Right.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that I keep, I'm not hammering people with this because, I got enough sense to know that if you tell somebody something and they don't get it, that's fine. That I have to honor that. That's just not their path, and it's okay. But the thing is, in that opportunity webinar that we do on Fridays, when we get to that slide where we're looking at the consumer signage in Europe,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's huge.
I don't want to be driving down the expressway seeing a big freaking building board, bulletin board for, Lyoness.
Mm-hmm.
Not bulletin board. You know what I'm talking about. Billboard for Lyoness.
Yeah,
And me not having done this.
yeah.
And see, the thing is, it's kind of, a lot of people, some people look at it as chicken or egg, prove it, and you just can't deal with that. If they don't have
Right.
some vision, then, that God bless them. They're going to lose
Mhm.
out, and that's okay. It's okay, frankly, but
Yeah.
but this
Yeah,
this
and-
is yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to
No,
say,
don't-
and I think it's just very easy to, all we really have to do is just present
Yes.
the opportunity, and the Friday night opportunity webinar is the perfect venue for that. If, to just be able to present that to a number of people, and, some people are going to see it, some people aren't. That's okay. But I think that's where my head is that really all I have to do is just share it with people, and I'm going to do that. The easiest thing is just to do it through the webinar. And then I'm just going to do that over and over and over again, share my, continue shopping, share how to do that, and teach people how to do that. And I think that's my job in all this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It's to just present this idea to
Just
people
present it. Yep.
over and over again.
Yep. And Mark, you were going to say something before I rudely
gonna say,
interrupted.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I was interrupting you. No, or you'll be somebody like me who said, dang, I should have got in 2 months ago because all the money I spent at Home Depot, I could have got money back on that.
Oh yeah, well yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All of the above on that one. I mean, that's
Going to happen. Yeah, because that's what's going to happen, because once they start getting more in the mindset this thing is going to take off so fast. It's going to, people are just going to be amazed.
Well, it's going to take off exponentially. I was, you know, your number, well, your Lyoness number is this big, giant 10-digit thing, but if you look at the right-hand 6 digits at the moment, that's the your ordinal number in the in when you came in Lyoness. Mine's 138,000 some odd.
Mm-hmm.
Gloria's is a few.
Yeah,
I
right
mean,
after you.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the next number
I think it's the
after
next
or
number
something.
actually, because we were
Yeah.
like bam bam,
Mm-hmm.
and but Richard, who's not on the call, Richard, who just came in as of yesterday, his number is 160,000 something.
Wow. So 30,000 people, 30-some thousand people in just a
30
couple of
some
months.
thousand people, August, September, October, November, 4 months. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's about, that's, you know, you could be, it's according, you know, it's according to whether your glass is half full or half empty. You could be saying,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's, you know, 8 or 9,000 a month. That's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I mean, go stand at the bottom of the mountain in what, like in Colorado during, you know, when it's snowing and you're having a landslide. Go stand at the bottom of the mountain and get hit
Mm-hmm.
by the landslide, and then if God will let you, go up to the top of the mountain and see how that landslide started. It starts with just a little shift in some snow.
Right.
Right? Little shift in some snow pushes something else, and suddenly you've got this major thing. It's exponential, is what I'm pointing out. So, you know, when, you know, these large corporations just can't throw numbers. I mean, they get caught when they do, but they just can't throw numbers around willy-nilly and just say dumb stuff. But, you know, so when Lyoness says, hey, we project we're having 20 to 50 million people in 2020, that was a big thing to me. Because I thought,
Mm-hmm.
well, 138,000 now, 20 million then, whoa. What if I was in front of some of that shopping? Yeah, it's a lifetime income. Couple of things, guys. Don't want to keep you too long, but I was in Cashback Start. And Mark, I believe we put you in that also. It's a group run by some people who are many levels above us. But if I
Yes,
didn't,
I'm in there.
okay, cool. And it's a great place. There's a ton of information. It gets a little overwhelming at times for me. I would rather be going, for my Lyoness time of the day that I spend on Lyoness, I'd rather be presenting the idea to people than perfecting stuff. Because it's so easy to present the idea, somebody's interested, send them to the opportunity webinar on Friday, send them to a video, and then see if they're interested, and let the corporation, let Lyoness do its work, and let the
Mm-hmm.
tools do their job instead of you doing the tools job.
Right,
But
that was John Bash's message today in his training.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Our job, and Gloria, you and I were talking about this before the webinar, our job is to find people intelligently and present this at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, and the way I do it, I mean, I got a couple of different ways of doing it. If you're like a person in front of me, I just say, hey, I just start talking about what I bought and what I saved. Well, how'd you do that? That starts that conversation. Or if it's online, like with LinkedIn, then I have my message and, invite people to the opportunity webinar. And anybody
Mm-hmm.
listening to that who's on our team, if you want to know more about how I do that, because Gloria, is that working?
It is working absolutely. Well, Mark,
It's working like crazy.
Mark, that's how you got introduced to it, was by the opportunity webinar, right? So yeah, it does work. And what about it? The opportunity webinar kind of resonated with you, if I may ask.
Well, I was actually kind of pre-sold on it before because, see, I'd been watching what Lee had been doing in the bushes.
Ah.
Actually, yeah, I've been watching what he did. I looked at the other company that he was involved with, and that didn't resonate with me. That one just, it just wasn't it. But I could see on this one, because this one is just drop dead simple. It's like, it doesn't cost you anything to get in, and it is the shopping. It's a, with having to use, the only drawback I see right now is the confusion people are going to have to be with the, where you got to get the gift cards. Where I can't, right now I haven't been able to find like a local grocery store that I could get involved with on this per se. So if I had something more along that lines, it would be a lot easier. And I think one is really going to take off once we get that MasterCard, whenever it comes. But I don't want to get hung up on thinking, well, gee, I can't do anything until I get the MasterCard, because I got to get off the mindset of how I can't do something rather than how do I do it.
Let's talk about several things that you talked about. The company that I was with before, by the way, is a great company. I got involved with them because my sponsors, and I can't name names, I mean that would not be fair, but my sponsors are remarkable people who are big names in the network marketing world. And I called them up and I said, I've never done this before. Will you help me? Will you coach me? Will you be available for me to call you up and ask you stupid questions? And they said yes. And that was, I'm old enough to finally have learned that I don't need to figure out everything if I can find somebody who's already got it figured out, right? So that was a good thing. That company had a fabulous product. I liked the product due to some medical issues that we have here at home. It honestly did not really fit me too well, but it's a really valid thing. The thing is, I mean, it's just like with any product-based company. I mean, automatically, if you looked at a stadium full of 50,000 people and said, well, who's interested in XYZ? XYZ being the product, well, 4,000 of them are going to be interested and the other 46,000 are not. And so automatically you got a smaller group of people to talk to. So that was number one. And then I think that's what you saw. You looked at it, you said, wow, Lee's doing that, that's cool, not for me. Okay.
Right.
This with Lyoness, it's like, okay, this has no product. This is just you do your normal everyday stuff. That's why it's interesting. I loved it when you said don't get hung up on the details. That is so critically important because, Mark, Lyoness is a huge corporation. They've done this in so many other countries. I have faith that they're going to figure out the nuances of doing it in the United States.
I do too.
So to me, and this is what Gloria and I were talking about before the webinar started, to me, the details of shopping, whether I can find a gift card or not, when's the MasterCard getting here, all that stuff, nobody asked Lee Cole about that. Nobody asked me to have any input into that at all, and it's totally out of my control. But what is in my control is building a network of, just presenting, people like you find out about it or present it to you and say, here it is, are you interested in it? No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Well, cool. If you are, then let's get rolling with it. See, I can do that. That is within my control. So as the dust settles, as this company who just got to the United States 3 years ago figures out all their stuff, and as it makes it easier for Americans to shop in the way that Americans like to shop, we're not planners. We do not, it's not good, but it's just the way our psyche works. We do not plan stuff, okay? We just go out and spend money. So, as Lyoness adjusts itself to that issue, they'll figure it out. I mean, they are looking at, if they became a global multi-million-dollar corporation outside of the United States, and we account for 1/4 of the total global consumer shopping. So they're going to figure it out. There's too much at stake not to. So, yeah, to me, it's like, don't try to solve problems that have nothing to do with me. They may affect me, but it's just not it's just not something for me to solve. The problem for me to solve, and it's solved, is presenting this thing regularly to a bunch of folks. That's all I need to do. Cool. Two things. When I was in Cashback Start, since the change in November the 9th, a lot of the old videos we were using, I mean, they're okay. They're not misleading or anything. They just have some fine points that are no longer exactly the same. So I've been looking for videos for y'all to send people to. So let's say somebody's interested. All right. So you say, hey, I just went to Home Depot, or Mark, you've got a great story. My God, I wish I'd known about this thing that I knew about two months ago. Well, why do you wish that? Because I could have saved a ton of money. Well, how could you have done that? You ever heard of a company called Lyoness? You know, and then Mark, you got the conversation started, right? And then you just tell them about it.
Right.
So if they're interested, you need a thing to do next. This is right now the best video for shoppers, and I've got it on. That's what I was looking through when I was while y'all were talking. I've got it right here, and I'm going to pop these two in our Facebook group. Okay, this is the video for shoppers. It's right here. This is what a shopper needs to know to decide. A shopper, my sister-in-law, somebody who's not necessarily going to go big with it. Now, if they are going to go big or want to go big, then they'll let you know. That's cool. How can I make money with this? That kind of thing. They'll let you know that. So that would be, this would be like the first introductory video to show to somebody. And for business owners or people who are already have networks in other companies or something like that, or just somebody who's, you know, is like got the entrepreneurial brain, this video, okay, it's at lionessadvantage.com. This video will be the one for them. But I'll copy this and put it in the Facebook group. Cool beans, guys. We are 3/4 of an hour in. Mark, how can we help you the most?
No, these two videos. I mean, that's it. I mean, no, I'm getting into it. I've just realized I've been concentrating too much time on why I can't do something rather than looking at how can I do it. And
I did that too.
realization.
I did that too, Mark. So I mean, I think it's just, you know, Gloria, how we would have all these conversations like in August and September, and it was kind of like a lot of that was us sort of working our way through what this wasn't. You know what I mean? Kind of like thinking, you know, well, it's not like this and it's not like that. You know, just kind of getting it down to something very, very easy and very manageable. So, Mark, you know, we did that, and I think it's just something that people do. You know, especially people that come from a more of an internet marketing type background. We tend to think everything is incredibly difficult, when in point of fact, this is incredibly easy. So cool. Well, Mark, go tell people about this. It's easy to sign them up and start building your team. If you need me or Gloria or Don to talk with someone, you know, just like you got somebody interested, you don't quite know what to say, et cetera, just let us know. We can do a three-way conversation with you. It's not a hard sell. You know, I don't do that. It's just, here's the facts. This is what I saw in it. You know, if this is good for you, let's roll with it. And if it's not, that's cool too. I still love you. I'm glad you're on the planet, but it's okay. So if we can do any of that for you, and anybody else listening to the replay on this, because I get a lot more people listening to these replays than actually showing up, which I don't blame you at all. I mean, it's Saturday afternoon. But anybody else who listens to the replay, if Gloria or I can do that for you, let us know. We're more than happy to do that for you. Okay? Thank you so much, Mark, for being here. Just reach out to us. Let us know how we can help you do this thing. I'm glad you're here. Gloria, thank you for being on the webinar. And I'm not sure where Gloria is. I think she just dropped off the
Maybe
face
she
of the
muted
earth.
herself.
Well, we had Don on here, Don Ketterhagen, last night, and he was, I don't know if we were recording the webinar when we were talking about it today or not, but Don was typing, and he was making noise, and I muted him. And then later on he wanted to say something. So he texted me and told me, "You muted me." That was pretty funny. I think I told that before, and I think we did actually record that. Excellent, Mark. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
everybody listening to this, again, if Gloria, I can help you in any way, let us know. We are here to help you build your businesses. You all have a wonderful rest of the weekend.
You too. Bye.